road trip.
Sort of.
Yeah, we ain't got to do this in a while.
Well, yeah, and we don't even have to go out of Oklahoma.
No, just hour and a half or so down the road. And go see what we can pick up here.
So we've been talking about it for, I don't know, quite a while now. It's something that I think everybody probably wants.
I mean,
everybody loves.
Everyone loves it for sure.
But what really solidified this for us was we were at PRI. We're in the Texas Speed booth, and there was a truck that was next to us in the PRI, or in the Texas Speed booth. That was, what do you think, 60-something Ford?
Something like that.
60-something model Ford. Had a big blower on it.
Had an LS with a big, tall, shiny blower.
Yeah, it was like a
Probably a 671 or
671.
177 or
was it one?
I don't know what it was. It may have been a 671.
I think it was somewhere around there.
Yeah.
On top of a Texas Speed, I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure it was their Ruthless Run. I think the same thing that's in the wagon. He said it made like 500 horsepower.
Yep, which is perfect.
Yep.
And so we started bullshitting with this old boy.
BCC Zach is the guy. I'm sure you guys, a lot of you probably follow him on YouTube. He's got a ton of.
The truck is super cool.
Yes.
Super cool. Wouldn't say nice.
I mean, it doesn't have a big fancy paint job.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's got the patina look, cool looking truck, and I started talking to the guy. Cool dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
And he started telling me, he was like, well, think about it, man. Only drag racers love drag racing. And I said, man, dude, hey, I bet there hasn't been a day go by that I hadn't thought about that.
It makes a lot of sense.
It does.
And I'll be honest with you, man. The numbers this year reflect that on our YouTube views.
No doubt about it. The YouTube stuff that we've been doing, we like to do it all. We love to build stuff. We love the MPK stuff. We love all the Street Outlaws stuff. But it's clear and it's evident to us that you guys enjoy the shop stuff more.
Yep. Shop stuff, road trips. I mean, we won a race. Although it's not an invitational, we won our first MPK race this year.
Yeah, just stoked.
And none of y'all watched it. Thanks.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
And we have spent the last 10 years of my life, of our lives, trying to separate Sean Ellington from Street Outlaws. I've always said Street Outlaws didn't make me who I am. And it ain't gonna make or break me.
No.
I'm always gonna be me no matter what. It's the only person that I know how to be.
Yep.
It's my livelihood now, racing. Racing is my livelihood, but it's still not all that I love to do. And the time that we spend doing all the stupid projects that we do and keeping ourselves busy, we could do what most of the other Street Outlaws do. Nothing while the time is off.
Yeah.
Let me see if my shoulder's going to allow me to scratch my back. A lot of those guys, and sometimes I'm jealous of it. A lot of those guys, not that we don't take any time off, and I'm not putting down anybody. Like I said, I'm jealous, but I do it to myself. I keep myself this busy. It doesn't matter what we got going on. I'm always looking for something else to do, even though we have a ton of work to do in the shop right now.
Yes.
Here we are going to look at a new vehicle that we're thinking about buying.
I mean, we had plenty of stuff planned to do today in the shop.
And we're still going to get it done.
Yeah.
And that's part of we keep ourselves busy that we're talking about. I'll be in the shop tonight until midnight if that's what it takes.
Yeah.
Didn't get that scratch.
Because at the end of the day, there's the stuff's got to be done.
Yes, it's got to be done, and it always gets done. Do I leave a little bit on the table here and there because I spread myself too thin? Maybe. But that's the life that I live. I see some of these other guys, and all they focus on is the one thing for Street Outlaws that they do, and that's awesome, and it probably would help our program out. If we strictly did that, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think I would just take more time to screw around.
Yeah.
And right now, it is our off season.
Mm-hmm.
But in our off season, I still brainstorm and figure out everything that we want to do for that year. And we want to throw something new into the mix. Even though we don't have time to race the donk, we don't have time to race the OG on 28s, we don't have time to race the F-150 that we just got done building, we don't have time to race, there's one more. I said the donk, the 55?
55, yeah.
We don't have time to finish your truck.
No.
You know, I don't even give you enough time off to go and do what the shop truck needs.
Yeah. So let's be real. We work pretty much like work. Like our job is from February to November. We work every single day, every single week through then. So now is kind of our, not vacation, but time off to do the fun stuff that
what do you think that is? That's wide.
No, it was a Ford.
Ford, isn't
it was a Ford.
I was going to say, that baby's like this.
Yeah.
Look like an old coyote in the back of this truck.
Yep. So right now is our time to do the fun stuff that we...
Look, it's all work.
It's all work, but some of it's just funner. You know, like racing is work for us.
But it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
We enjoy doing it. So, with that being said, we talked to this old boy, and when he told me only drag racers love drag racing, he said, I can take this thing, and he showed me a video of that truck at the track, and I was impressed.
Yeah, no, it ran good.
It ran good. And he said, I get 5,000 views on that.
Yeah.
And he said, but look at this. And he showed me some burnout and him sort of drifting.
Yeah, swinging.
Swinging, drifting.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Takeover? Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Having fun.
Doing burnouts.
Yep.
And that's what he said. He said, look at this right here. And then he'll get quadruple
millions.
Yeah.
Like
I wasn't gonna say millions.
I mean, it literally had millions of views.
Yes.
Like 3 or 4 million
on his burnout stuff.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he said, only drag racers love drag racing. And man, I didn't really know how to take that at first. It hurt me because he's right.
Yeah, no, it's some of the best advice, or I guess you want to call it advice, maybe.
I don't know if he meant for that to be advice to me, but
it was. Yeah.
There's certain things that, and that's the way I've been my whole life, man. Somebody will say something, and it will hit me way harder than they had any idea that it hit me.
Yeah.
And then other things that they think might hit me hard,
whatever.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Nerd.
What do you know? What do you know?
Yep.
But that hit me hard, and I realized there's no doubt about it, man. He's right. And then he said, but think about it. Do you know anybody that doesn't love burnouts?
No.
And I go, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
My mom would watch a video of a burnout.
Yep.
So not to mention it's fun.
Well, yeah.
We take burnouts for granted because that is just the beginning of my job.
Yep. So, there's not a lot, but some YouTubers will cut out the burnout part of a race. Not me, man. I want your burnout. I want your opponent's burnout. Like,
burnout's the coolest part. When we went over to Australia and we watched them, and that's what all the Australians said. Yeah, y'all may have beat us to the finish line. Y'all can't burn out like us. And what do you say to that?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Y'all are right. Because the stuff that they do, I don't even know what they call it over there.
Ripping mad skids.
Yeah, skids.
Yep.
That's what it is. They skid.
Yep.
That's awesome. When we went to... What was the girl's name that took me for a ride?
God,
to South Africa?
I can't remember.
Man, that sucks. You're gonna have to edit that in.
Yeah,
because
I'll put her name down there.
And also put a little bit of the video that she took me swinging.
It was swinging.
Yeah, she took me swinging, and at one point I'm sitting in the car.
Hanging out.
Dude, she's 15 at the time, I think.
Yeah.
And I still follow her on Instagram. I still follow her, and I watch what she's doing, and she's just getting bigger.
Yep.
So she takes me swinging, and at one point, man, I'm over here just laughing in the car. I look over, and she wasn't even in the car with me. She was like standing out beside the car, and I'm looking around. Hey, it was a good time.
Yep.
Everybody loves burnouts, and we've always wanted to build some sort of, and I'm going to call it a burnout car because it's a burnout. Yeah, that's definitely. Yep, that's Coyote.
It's like a motor like what your dad had in a Falcon.
Oh, a mod motor?
Yeah.
junk don't make no power.
Yeah.
Then I know why it's in the back of the trunk.
Yeah. Probably the way to scrapyard.
2-valve or whatever. 4-valve?
3-valve, 4-valve.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
3 valves. Sorry guys, I don't know Fords.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who you are, what age group, what demographic, any of that stuff. People love burnouts, and
We want to be a part of it.
I've never done anything like that.
Nope.
And so I want to build some sort of, we're not going to have a lot of money in this. We're going to build some sort of, I'm not going to call it a low budget because I'm not going to worry about a budget. I'm not going to go, oh, I can't buy this because I said I was only going to spend this much money. We're going to build it to what it needs.
Yep.
And we don't know where it's going to go from there.
And it's going to be something that we can melt the tires off of it and not be worried about anything that happens whenever the rear tires blow up.
That's right. That's right. So for the past, I don't know, since PRI, I've been looking for
every day
something every night.
What do you think about this?
Go to bed. Yeah. Hey, what about this? And I feel like there's probably not a perfect burnout vehicle, but there's perfect for us.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go get something that I have never actually owned. And I don't even know if this is the one that we're going to look at. It might not be it.
Yeah.
We may get there and it may be too rusty. It may need too much work because, like I said, we're looking to spend not a whole lot initially to get into this. But it's something that my dad had whenever I was a kid, and I remember me and my brother had one, and we drove it around a little bit until my dad sold it because that's what it was like when I was a kid. He was always getting new vehicles.
Yep.
Trading them for
different
paint
ones.
jobs, different ones. None of them were new. But this was one that was actually done up, and plus, it's a vehicle that I love, and I've always wanted one. So.
Yeah. No, if this one turns out to be the one, it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think so too.
If this one isn't it, then we need to find one like it that is.
Absolutely. I think now that this is what I want, and we will find one. We found one earlier that already had an LS in it.
Oh man,
and it was the one. Turns out it was the one for somebody else too because it was already sold.
Yeah, they beat us to it. We called old boy, and he was like, "Oh man, I thought I marked that as sold." We were like, "Well, damn."
But do you got the guy who you sold it to?
Yeah. Did he seem like he loved it, or was he just
how
buying
much did
it?
he want?
Yeah.
So anyways, I think a burnout, and we're just gonna call it a burnout vehicle.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna probably swing it. We may even put some sort of handbrake in it and try to drift the thing a little bit.
Yeah, we'll put some suspension on it and whatnot.
Yes. And us not knowing anything about these vehicles, not these vehicles, because I know a whole lot about these vehicles that we're about to go. But I don't know much about getting something to prepare something to swing. And I know that a lot of people, whenever they're drifting these things, standard's the only way to go. Well, that's a little bit opposite on just a burnout vehicle.
Yes.
Nothing is easier in a burnout vehicle than an automatic.
Nope. You put it in D and mash it.
That's right. Or if you don't make any power, you put it in 1, shift to 2, and then shift to 3.
Yep.
Because it probably does not have an overdrive.
Yes.
So, yeah, because you just start off in D and it's going to stop.
Yep. Just brrr.
But one thing that we do know is that burnout / drift, man, we're going to need 500-600 horsepower.
Yeah,
Not a whole lot. And that's real easy to achieve nowadays.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's a 5.3 and a Pro Charger away. You know what I mean?
Yes. Or small ass turbo. Anything. But there's a whole lot that goes into turbo stuff, and then you got wastegates. You got you got to control all that stuff somehow, and that's probably not what we're going to want to go for on this.
No. Simplicity.
Simplicity has been our life here recently, and the Pro Charger seems to be simple. Whipple stuff is simple, stuff like that. So
yeah, like all the people on the internet that think we got a new car. No, We just put a Pro Charger on it and it made it a lot more simple.
Everybody thinks we built a new MPK car, and it literally is the same car. We just swap power adders.
Yeah, we debuted that car at PRI 2016. Won its first cash days in 2017.
I mean, it's almost 7 years old now.
Yep.
Anyways.
Yep.
So we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We understand that everybody out there does this. I just want to see if I can do it. I watch a lot of videos. Me and Aiden sit around and watch a lot of the takeover videos. And of course we laugh when people get hit and we call them dumb and all that stuff. But let's be honest, man, some of them guys can whip them things.
Yeah. Okay.
For stock vehicles out there. And it makes me wonder, in my opinion, man, I'm gonna be honest, without being big-headed, I hold my driving skills up there.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I can drive.
I mean, it was once said by a man who is
Don't men please can I have another hit?
No.
Oh.
By a guy who's very prominent in the racing world, that you're probably the baddest MFer to ever hold a steering wheel.
Oh yeah, hey, Steve Petty said that.
Yep.
Steve Petty had said that one time.
Yep.
That's right.
I mean, that's a lot coming from Steve.
I feel like I need somebody to remind me of that at least once a
Steve
month.
don't dish out a lot of compliments.
No, I feel like somebody should remind me of that at least once a month.
Yep.
That Steve said that.
Yep.
Remember that one time when Steve said...
Yep.
But anyways, I don't know if I can do it.
You can.
I feel like I can.
You just need to revert back to our 16-year-old days of doing donuts in dirt road intersections. And
My dad caught me one time doing a donut.
Yeah.
So he had the biggest piece of shit little Mustang. It was an LX Mustang.
Oh, okay.
Probably 84, so I can't remember. I think it was a 4i.
Oh, okay.
I think it was a 4i car. I actually took it to prom.
Nice.
The date that I had, whenever her mom walked us out, opened the car door, and she was waiting for the dome light to come on. There was no dome light.
Nice.
So we had to go somewhere else to take a picture because it was too
Nice.
dark. Anyways, so 84-ish, 83 probably. Dad had a lot of Capris too, but this one was a Mustang. This one was a real Mustang. And of course he put the V8 in it because that's what Dad did.
Yeah.
And so I'm taking it to baseball practice one day, and I'm driving this thing, and it's a pile. It runs really good though, or at least a 16-year-old kid, I thought it was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
And so I pull into the gravel parking lot, and it was crazy because it was baseball practice, but we were at the football field. And I pull into the parking lot, and I start cutting a donut right there as soon as I pulled in. Not real sure why. Nobody told me to. Nobody yelled. I just thought, this is where I do a donut.
Yeah.
And so I pull in, I start doing a donut, and of course, like I said, it's gravel, so there's dust everywhere. I cut, I don't know, maybe 4 donuts, just stop. When the dust settles, Dad's sitting there in his truck.
Oh, man.
Waiting for the dust to settle. And he looks at me and he goes, follow me back to the shop. So I left baseball practice right then, follow him back to the shop, and then he drove me back to practice.
Nice. I bet he didn't call you any names or anything on the way back.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure I heard a few names.
Yeah.
But it was the longest 2-mile trip ever following him back to the shop. It wasn't the first time though.
Yeah. Did he do it in his Corvette or something too?
So he had at this point, this was a barn find.
Yeah.
He found a 73 Stingray Corvette. It was red, 454 4-speed car. It was in a chicken coop.
Yeah.
Full blown in a chicken coop. Chickens were roosting on this car.
Wow.
He got it running right there in the chicken coop. Pulled the hood, he got it running, and it looked like a Christmas tree in there because the mice and everything had eaten up all the plug wires, but they were still sparking. So that's all he needed to know, that he could get it running, and then we took it to the shop, and then he fixed it all.
Yeah.
But anyways, he had told me he was leaving town. I don't know, probably going on a softball tournament.
Yeah.
And he said, He didn't need to tell me don't drive the 55.
Yeah.
Like, because that was the car that I knew not to drive.
Yeah. That was the one he was serious about.
That was the one he was serious about, and I would have never taken that car without his permission.
Yeah.
But this Corvette that I thought he didn't care nothing about, he had told me before he left town, don't drive the Corvette. I don't even think he made it out of town. And I was out in the Corvette.
Probably a 4-speed car.
It was a 4-speed car.
Yeah.
And the car scared me. Like, Dad never found out about this. I never got caught.
I thought he caught you in that one too.
Nope.
Oh,
nope.
okay.
I never got caught. I don't even think that I told him years later.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he was even out of town yet. That's how fast I jumped in this thing and took it out. And I didn't cut a donut in it. I was literally just turning around because I ran it through the gears, see how fast it was, and it scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
So I went to turn around to go back to the shop, and I popped the clutch a little bit, and whenever it did, I did a full donut in that thing. I mean, first off, it's a Corvette, so the ass end, you're sitting on the back tire.
Yo.
And them things whip around quick.
Oh, yeah.
It whipped around so fast. I was 16, maybe 17. It whipped around so fast, and it scared the shit out of me. I thought I was going to put it in the ditch, and I took it back, and I'm not real sure if I ever drove it again after that. He sold it not too long after that. But,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he didn't catch me in that. But anyways, burnouts, you know, drifting, donuts. That was a way of all of our lives growing up. We lived in a small town, and whenever we lived on a bunch of dirt roads.
Yep.
Bunch of dirt roads. It didn't matter what you had. When you turned the corner on a dirt road, you fishtail.
Yep.
You spin that thing out. We also had like Odysseys. We had an Odyssey. When I say Odysseys, we had the plural form. We had an Odyssey. So me and my brother would stand at the side of the road and wait for the other one to get back, and then it'd be my turn.
Yeah.
And I'd get on it. And we did nothing but donuts in that too.
Yep.
So nothing but donuts forever. And you always have them uncles who would take you out when you was a kid and did donuts. Donuts are a way of life for Americans and Australians.
Yeah.
So it's just a good time, and it's something that we want to do. We want to build something. Of course, I could take the Novas out, or the 55, or the Donk even, and cut some donuts.
That might be kind of cool though.
Yeah, yeah. But we want something that we make specifically to do this.
Something that will just make big, huge white clouds, and we don't necessarily care what happens to it.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, something that we can just beat on until you blow the tire out. I've never done a burnout until it blows the tire.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I have either. I know I haven't. I haven't.
Never done it. And I'm going to do it.
Oh, yeah, no, we got
Until it blows the tire.
Right, maybe today.
Yep.
That'd be kind of cool, too. So anyways, we're about 30 minutes away once we get there.
Sorry, I always go the long route.
Yeah. So we're on the road. We're about 30 minutes away now. And we'll pull the camera back out once we get there and show you what we found and let you know if it's the one. All right, we made it. A little walk down in here to the driveway. He said there's not a bunch of room to turn around. So we'll walk down here and make sure we're gonna buy it.
He said that they couldn't get it to start.
Oh, that means the price just got cheap.
That's right.
So
But he also said, I know who you are, and you're probably not going to use this motor anyways, are you? It's like, well, that doesn't mean that we want to change the motor right now.
Yeah, I mean, it needs to run right now so we can, check it all out.
He said they pulled the battery out of the van.
Nice.
What kind of van you got?
Yeah, I mean, we talking G10 shorty here?
Yeah,
or?
let's see what you got. What you working with here?
I see it up there.
Yeah, he says it's in good shape. Yeah, you talking G10 shorty van? Like, where are we at?
Yeah.
We haven't really asked him if we could film yet either.
Here, we'll make sure. All right, here it is.
Original black then, huh?
I don't know nothing about the truck as far as that.
Yeah, it's already got some.
I don't know if I painted it or what. far as the interior, just like that. I don't know why I worked on a farm or something. I think it was in the shed a lot.
Yeah.
I ain't cleaned it up or nothing. This still got the old ground on
What are we looking at here?
Man, I love the beds. I like the beds.
No step side, square body.
I like step sides.
Yeah,
And
I do
that's-
too.
I mean, you don't ever see them.
it. And I don't really think it's got any body work to tell you of any sort that I would know of. I don't think his dad would have known how to do that part of it. But it's been sitting for a few years. I don't think his dad even got it actual drivable, maybe. I don't know. There's a tarp there laid out if you want to look under it.
I'm definitely gonna crawl under it. Looks like the floorboards are all rusted out. They put fillers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. The heater's working.
Is it?
Yeah. He just turned it off.
Oh. Oh yeah, they all do that.
Now this hood here, it's weak right here.
Yeah, they all do.
You want this tarp? Looks like a new gas tank.
It is.
Actually, a couple gallons more gas than what we did. This old wood bed was in better shape too. It just kind of sat out here, and I had stuff in the back, and it held
Oh, yeah.
water in it. But it
Yeah.
looks like the strips are pretty new though.
Yeah. No.
No.
We can't. All right, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I see what I needed to see.
Yeah.
The
Pretty bad.
the cab mounts are all rusted out.
Oh, they are.
Yeah. It's I don't want to do that much work. That sucks, man. That's what basically what I wanted to come here and look at. This cab mount right here, you know, where it bolts to the frame, it's gone. It's gone. So, yeah, that sucks, man. Well, nothing's hard to do if you want to do that much work. We don't want to do that much work. We don't have the time to do that much work. We just want to get something, and we want to, you know. So.
I mean, a lower price. I mean, I didn't.
No, the price is fine. I wouldn't beat you up on the price. The price isn't the problem. The amount of work is the problem, and we're so busy that I don't have time to. No, you didn't waste my time, man. Hey, I enjoy coming and looking at vehicles. Like it's part of what I love doing.
I actually thought it was better shape, but
yeah,
like I say, I haven't looked at it. I had it sitting over
yeah,
and a tree limb fell right there,
yeah,
and like to took it out. I told my wife I can't do this.
yeah. Yeah, no, honestly, the price isn't the problem. See where they put the patch panels in there?
Right.
There's no floorboard underneath those.
Oh, they ain't.
Yeah, on both sides.
Well,
It's
I know
all
I've had a
gone.
few people ask me, is it rusted? And I tell them, well, no, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But I ain't really been under there to look at it. I guess I need to pay
Yeah.
more attention to what I'm doing here, but
That's all good, man.
yeah.
I appreciate
I'm
your
sorry
time.
to waste
Hey,
your
no,
time.
you didn't waste my time. I promise, man. I
All right.
promise. We're all good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man. Take care.
Well,
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. I really wanted to buy one.
yeah. I mean, we're here. Is there anything else up here?
Yeah, I mean, we can go to the truck and look, but it's one of those things that the price already wasn't bad, guys. He wanted $5,000 for the truck.
Yeah.
So honestly, I mean, we're square body people. We love trucks. It only makes sense for us to build a truck.
Yeah.
We're big. I can put any kind of seat I wanted in it. I mean, I was excited whenever he told me it used to be a standard.
Oh yeah.
Had a clutch in it already. And he said, well, there's already a hole in the floorboard. There's a whole bunch of holes in the floorboard.
Yeah. So the rust isn't the problem. It's the location of the rust.
Yes. Yes.
That would need to be fixed.
I don't want the body supports. You can do whatever you want, man, but if the supports of the cab are no good.
Yeah.
And it's not that Dad can't fix those. He can.
Yeah.
I don't want Dad to have to fix those.
Right. If it was a fender or something, we'd go buy a new repop or something. And
yeah, I saw rust all over the fender. I wasn't even sweating that. I'm not worried about that at all. Let's look around a minute.
Man, it's always disappointing not buying something.
It doesn't happen to us very often.
We're buyers.
Yeah.
So it's not often that we turn something down. So we're gonna look on the marketplace and see if we can find something else. All right, this adventure continues. That one wasn't the one, but we think we have found the one.
We better be pretty sure.
So it's January 1st, 2024, and we're here at the airport, which means no truck and trailer. And we're headed to go hopefully find the one. We are headed west.
I mean, we found one. It's a long ways away. It looks like a nice truck, but you know how it is. You never know. I mean, know that it's that nice. The dude says he drives it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a chance.
Yeah. So we've actually found several. I mean, you sent me several links, and there were several of them that, you know, they could have been the one. Like there was another really nice one, but it was a 20-hour round trip drive. So, you know.
And we weren't 100% sure on that one. It looked the part.
It could have went.
There was some stuff on it that we didn't really like.
Yeah.
So, but there's gonna be stuff that we don't like. I would rather have a stock one, and then we can do whatever we want to do to it.
Yep.
And it's white. It's kind of what we want. It's an inline 6.
and a 3-speed.
And a 3-speed.
3-speed manual.
Yes. It is not on the column though. So
yeah, but it looks like a column shifter.
It probably was then.
Yeah.
And they probably didn't change that. They just put a 3-speed in it.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. We board here in about 5 minutes. So, you know, here in about 3 hours, we'll see if we're hitting the road in the truck or if we're getting back in the air and coming home.
Yeah. And the bad part is it's got dual tanks, which is, I was like, yes.
Yep.
Well, only one of them works.
It's kind of par for the course.
The fuel gauge doesn't work.
No, even better.
I looked it up. It's a 16-gallon tank. I'm not real sure how far that old inline 6 will make it on 16 gallons.
I mean, especially at the 80 to 85 we're going to be driving.
I don't know if we can go 80 to 85 with a 3-speed.
I know we used to try with the van.
Oh, it's going to be like the van.
Yep.
That old van ran like a sewing machine.
It did. A loud one.
What? Really old sewing machine.
A really old, loud sewing machine.
Somebody retired.
Yeah, and then we dug it out of the trash and got it going
again. It'll be fine. I think our first stop needs to be
O'Reilly's.
Ask the guy. Yeah, our first stop needs to be O'Reilly's. Some parts store.
Yeah.
Get some extra fuel, and then the first tank, we're just going to run that baby out.
Yep.
And then after that, we'll calculate the mileage, and we'll see. I would like to put a couple of filters on it. That way, if we do suck the tank dry, it's not going to put anything in. And that's if the carburetor's worth of shit anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to fill the carburetor up with stuff, but he told me that he's never tried to swap the tank. That he assumes that there's old gas in the passenger side, so he only uses the driver's side. So I'm thinking, all right, let's try it.
Yeah.
See if it swaps, and we'll have hopefully double filter it, and then see from there.
Yep. Yep. So interesting road trip to start out. the new year. Hopefully we got something cool to come back with. If not, we'll continue this journey.